This is the prism. We have to place the prism on the plain sheet of paper. First thing we need to do is we need to draw the margin of the prism. After that, we have to place the prism aside. The next thing we need to do is to take a midpoint of this line, and the midpoint of this line should be at this position. Now what we need to do is we need to set an angle at 90 degrees. Now we will draw a line corresponding to that point. This is the normal. Now what we need to do is that we need to draw an incident line. For that, I am supposing that the incident ray should be at around 60 degrees, which is at this point. Now we will draw a line. This is the incident ray. Now again place the prism. Now take two pins and place it over the incident ray. Now come to the opposite side of the prism. To observe the two pins, we need to close one of our eye, and we can easily see through the side of the prism that two pins are aligned in a straight line. Now we will carefully put the pins inside it to track the direction. Be very careful while aligning. Okay. Now we will clearly see that we see instead of two pins, 4 pins, which are in the straight line. Which are in the straight line.
Good morning friends. Today we perform an activity to show that air is essential for combustion.
So सारे को मटेरियल रिक्वायर्ड होगा माचिस, कैंडल और ग्लास.
बस पहला हम ये करांगे कि कैंडल ਨੂੰ बर्न करना. ਜਦੋਂ ਇਹ ਜਲਦੀ ਪਈ ਆ, ਇਹ ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਜਲਦੀ ਪਈ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਐਟਮੋਸਫੇਅਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਆਕਸੀਜਨ ਮਿਲਦੀ ਪਈ ਆ. ਤੇ ਇਹ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਕਿ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਸਾਡਾ ਇਹ ਰੂਮ ਟੈਂਪਰੇਚਰ ਆ, ਰੂਮ ਟੈਂਪਰੇਚਰ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਕਸੀਜਨ ਮਿਲਣੀ ਪੂਰੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਪਰ ਮਿਲਦੀ ਪਈ ਹੈ. ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਇਹ ਕੀ ਹੈ, ਇਹ ਬਰਨ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਪਈ ਆ.
ਇਹ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਵਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਲਾਸ ਨਾਲ. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਕੈਂਡਲ ਆ ਬੁਝ ਗਈ ਆ. ਕਿਉਂ ਬੁਝ ਗਈ ਆ? ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਜਿੰਨੀ ਵੀ ਆਕਸੀਜਨ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪ੍ਰੈਜ਼ੈਂਸ ਸੀ ਉਹ ਯੂਜ਼ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਆ.
ਤੇ ਇਹਦਾ ਆਕਸੀਜਨ ਆ ਉਹ ਕੰਬਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਆ. ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ.
Today we are going to study the properties of acetic acid. Firstly, we study the property that is odor, that means smell. ਅਸੀਂ acetic acid ਦੀ smell ਪਤਾ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ. This is acetic acid we have. We smell ਇਹਨੂੰ ਕੀਤਾ. ਇਹਦੀ smell vinegar type, ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ vinegar ਹੁੰਦਾ ਨਾ ਉਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਇਹਦੀ ਸਮੈਲ ਆ. ਸੈਕੰਡ ਪ੍ਰੋਪਰਟੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਸੋਲੂਬਿਲਿਟੀ ਇਨ ਵਾਟਰ. ਅਸੀਂ ਚੈੱਕ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਕਿ ਐਸਿਡਿਕ ਐਸਿਡ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਕੁ ਸੋਲੂਬਲ ਹੈ ਵਾਟਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ. ਟੈਸਟ ਟਿਊਬ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਡ੍ਰੌਪਰ ਦੀ ਹੈਲਪ ਨਾਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਨੀਅਰ ਅਬਾਊਟ 2 ml ਵਾਟਰ ਪਾਵਾਂਗੇ। एंड नियर अबाउट 1 ml वाटर एसिडिक एसिड ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵਾ 1 ml ਪਾਵਾਂਗੇ। ਇਹਨੂੰ ਸ਼ੇਕ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸੋਲੂਸ਼ਨ ਆ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਕਲੀਅਰ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ। ਕਲੀਅਰ ਸੋਲੂਸ਼ਨ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, ਇਟ ਮੀਨਸ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਐਸਿਡਿਕ ਐਸਿਡ ਆ ਉਹ ਵਾਟਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੋਲੂਬਲ ਆ।
Good morning students. Today we will perform an experiment named properties of magnetic field lines. For that we need a bar magnet. On the bar magnet there are two poles, north and the south pole. We have to place the bar magnet. Next thing we need is the magnetic needle. It also has two poles, north and the south pole. We have to place the magnetic needle firstly towards the north pole. Now along the direction of the needle we need to draw a line. After drawing the points, we need to join these points. We can draw it roughly. In these lines, we move from north towards south pole, so the arrows may be headed like this. Now the hair goes from north to south. We can clearly see that we have drawn the magnetic field lines, which says that magnetic field lines goes from north pole towards south poles. Now considering about the properties of the magnetic fields, there are three properties which we can easily see from these diagrams, that magnetic field lines goes from north towards south poles, and the second property says that the magnetic field lines are more closer at the north pole and the south poles, which means to say that the magnetic force is more stronger at the poles. And the third property which we get from seeing these magnetic field lines is that the magnetic field lines do not overlap. They are not overlapping each other. And the fourth property of the magnetic field says that they are continuous, and which we easily see that it goes from north towards south. One thing more to consider is that these lines are not ending at a point, because they are also continuing further on.